Hello.
Hi there. Here we are.
Yes.
DDE again.
October.
These are turning out super cute.
They are. Very,
so
very cute.
I might have a little bit of love for this square before we've even started it because there's something I like to do going to be in this one.
Yes, and it's a two-stepper.
It is a two-stepper. So we are going to start with a smaller hoop. You can use a 4x4. I've got a 5x7 just so you guys can see a little easier. Sometimes that 4x4 hoop does not show up very well on camera.
Yep.
So you do not need to go that large. You can go with a smaller one.
Yeah, the design is pretty small.
It's
it's like 3x3.
It definitely will fit in your 4x4 hoop with no problem. I have 2 layers of no-show mesh in here. Anytime
2 layers of wash away mesh.
I'm so sorry. Wash away mesh in this one. No-show mesh is in the other one for later. That's part 2. That was the one I did last. So evidently that was the last information. I am so sorry about that. Wash away mesh. Do not, no-show mesh won't work for this. But
it will not wash away.
It will not wash away. No, it will not. So I have 2 layers in here. This isn't huge. You probably could get away with 1, but best practices is to have 2 layers in there anytime. So just to make sure we get nice, pretty flowers instead of smushed flowers.
Absolutely.
Nobody likes smushed flowers. So for lace, we are going to match our bobbin. So we are using our stray thread.
Yes, the Rogue.
The Rogue. This is our Isocord Peach that we have in
it's called shrimp, right?
It is called shrimp. It is in our thread set, and not the original thread set, but it's one of the colors that you can get, and we certainly can be contacted for you to get that as well. So bobbin thread to match your top thread. I'm putting that in the machine right now. We have already threaded our needle with that same thread, and this shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, maybe about 8 minutes or so.
So basically what we're going to do is the mesh part of lace, and then it'll do the satin outline of that all within this color. And then we will switch for the center. We will also switch bobbins to match that as well. And then that's all for this one. So super quick.
And it'll be really quick for you because we'll do some movie magic.
You won't have to watch it stitching the lace on this here. So here we go. Oh, by the way, this is October's.
October, yeah. We said that at the beginning.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, it's October already.
Gotcha.
It's not October for us, but it's October for you.
Great. It's so strange doing these out of
out of the
time.
months. Yeah.
Yep.
It's only August for us.
Right. So this is that base that you need for any lace.
Yeah.
And then it starts filling all that in and doing the satin stitches around the outside. So that's really all there is to this. Very important, again, to have a wash away in there. Just since I said the wrong thing, I'm going to repeat that like 12 times.
Yeah.
So wash away mesh in here.
And looks like it's going to do like each flower separately.
Yep.
So
we'll be back when
just a sec.
Not doing that when we change thread.
Yep. Okay, we're just finishing up. Wasn't that quick?
That was so quick.
And so now
fastest lace ever.
Fastest lace ever. Now we're going to do the centers. And so you're going to want to put some, we're using a dark gray. You could use brown if you wanted to. And then we're not matching our bobbin exactly because we just have some random dark bobbins that we're going to put in.
Yeah, you're really not going to see it. It just,
you
don't
want
it to
white.
Kind of coordinate. Don't have it be flashy out of color.
Yeah.
But this is a black bobbin and a dark gray top. There is a matching gray in the other flowers. So I would not do brown here and gray there. I think that would clash. So make sure that you I guess I probably should put this part back up.
Probably would be better.
Make sure that you like that for both. Whatever you decide to choose, that you like it for both flower sets. Oh, I missed. I missed too. I didn't go high enough. All right.
This is pretty quick.
All right. We just have some centers here, and then that's all for this guy. So really fast, and then we'll change out our bobbin one more time.
Yes. And then theoretically, you would probably want to rinse these.
Yes.
We'll probably just cut close.
I'll cut super duper close so that there's no weight for you from that perspective. So this is just doing a circle. When you actually attach them in the other is when you'll get the actual stitching.
The filled stitch
This
part.
is just the put it here
Yep.
marking kind of thing. So you're going to match these circles with ones that we'll stitch on the base in a little while.
Yep.
So if you're wondering something went wrong here,
Circle-ish.
nothing went wrong. Yeah, it's not really circles, but it's centers. We'll go with
Yeah,
centers.
centers.
But that is literally, oop, almost had it. There we go. All there is there. So you can see those are just open circles in the center. And I am going to trim as close as I possibly can. At this point, I would recommend you trim pretty dang close and then go rinse.
And we decided we needed it 8 by 10
6
or
by 8.
6 by 8. Totally had that wrong, didn't I?
Maybe it's 6 by
10.
10. Hang on.
Maybe I had part of it right. Oh, there is a 6 by 8 too.
I could have sworn it said 6.5 by 8.5. 6 by 8 design.
6 by 8. Yep, that one right there.
Yes. Okay. So you've got all bunch of different sizes.
And when I add the flower, I'm putting it to the bottom. Is that correct?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
The stem ends in the bottom of the design line.
Okay.
So the stems should go into your seam allowance.
Oop, too much. Yep, screen is much more responsive.
Yeah. So depending upon, well, by October, hopefully you'll have been all set. There has been a new update released for our new top-of-the-line machines, and it definitely has improved on speed and things, which is what she's like, whoa, there it went. Out of control over there.
Yeah,
so,
it went way down. Completely unexpected.
So like I said, I'm trimming way closer than I would if I were just going to go rinse. But we're not going to rinse so that they're dry, and we can put them into this next set here. So just trim, and then, you know, even realistically, even that amount is fine to go and put underwater.
Yeah, for sure.
This is, you know, Badge Master, I try not to have quite that much because it does tend to...
It's a little slimier.
Yes, make it a little slimier when you have big pieces like that. But even Badge Master would go away. So the other thing is if you had Badge Master, you certainly could have used Badge Master. I already had mesh cut.
Yeah.
So that's why I used water-soluble mesh. Say the right name this time.
Do we have our other hoop prepped yet?
We do.
You want me to start?
Sure. We need to change our threads.
Oh,
though.
yep, I can do that.
So we are going to put a standard bobbin in, and then
we're going to put that
that same, again, I think it's an
Isocord, yeah.
That creamy white that we've been using on all of our pieces is going to go in.
And we have no-show mesh in our...
Cutaway?
Yes, cutaway. In our 7 by 12 magnetic hoop, the design is 8.5 by 6.5 with the quilting design in there if you are pre-quilting. And I'm just going to get this started. And the first thing it's going to do is the
line for our batting.
Line for our batting. Yeah, just to...
Which I didn't grab.
Okay.
That'd be too easy. And I don't know that I have any left over here.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay. Well, we
thought of it
will
and then promptly forgot.
come back in just a second, and Lisa will have everything all cut for you. You can probably continue cutting if you are not going to rinse while you're working on the embroidery design.
Yep.
Okay, so Lisa has finished with the cute little flowers. And we have the placement line for the batting done. So we're going to put the batting in. And again, we're in our 7 by 12. This design is 8.5 by 6.5.
Yep.
So we're going to tack down our batting. This is pretty much the same as we always do, that you've been doing for 10 months. Nothing new
just a little
here.
while.
Yep. Maybe longer if you're not new to Kimberbell. 10 years or so it feels like.
Just the other day, I was thinking about how different we do things now than when we first started doing Kimberbell quilts.
Yeah, so much different.
You know, we were talking about stabilizer.
Yeah.
And the first like large Kimberbell quilts I did, I hooped heavy tearaway, and then built that on top of.
Right.
Which is definitely not what we're doing today.
No. Mm-mm. For sure.
Because that was not pre-quilted. That
No.
was just stitching.
That's right. You quilted afterwards.
You quilted afterwards. Yeah. So this is a lot of stitching on this block.
Yeah.
Not so much of any other things. I don't think we're going to need that again from what I'm looking at.
I would agree. Okay, and now we're going to trim that up. Nothing new and fancy there. You've all seen that happen before.
No surprises here.
Lisa with her favorite.
Going to try to not lose my flowers because
yes.
that would be bad.
Double curves.
That's what these are.
Okay, now there is a placement line for your fabric at home. Feel free to skip this part because you know that it needs to go centered over top of this, and you have a pretty big piece.
And there's a lot extra,
yeah.
so.
But for the sake of the video, we'll go ahead and stitch it just so y'all can see it if that's what you do. And then
the fabric that we are placing on top is this plaid, which I don't know if we've done a plaid quite like this yet.
Yeah.
But just as a reminder, we have not been using the Easy Tee on the back of these or the fusible on the back. And we have been doing very well so far. We're not having any real puckering or any issues like that. So we are continuing. We are going with the batting is giving us that extra umph. Yep, there you go. That extra little bit. So just as a reminder, if you're wondering, did that have that? We talked about that, but it's been a while since we've talked about it. So I thought I would throw that out there one more time. And I'm just kind of petting it to make sure it stays nice and smooth. Last thing we want is to have a pucker in there before we've even started anything.
Our fabrics are starched, so they are a little bit stiffer than, you know, what they would be just cut.
And we definitely love our starch. So it's not very lightly starched. It's starched.
Yes,
so that definitely helps as well with not needing extra.
Yes.
So have that little bit in there. So this is just going to be a quilting stitch. This is theirs, and it has little caterpillars and snails
and
mushrooms, it looks like. So here we go.
And this is a pretty quick stitch, so it shouldn't take you too long. We'll start, and then we'll catch it in a sec.
What I heard.
Okay.
So the next stitch that is in the pattern is if you did not do the pre-quilting, it gives you a piece to line up your fabric to so that you know where the edge of the design is going to be. So we're going to skip that. We're going to go down the list of thread numbers. No, you had it right the first time.
Yep. We're just going to move the hoop
We're
around.
just going to give you guys a little bit of dizziness going on.
So you would
So we're going to skip two because it gives you a placement line and that you would stitch. Then you would place your fabric to cover that.
Yep.
And then you would tack it down with the following stitch. So we're skipping two different colors.
Yes.
We are now going to stitch, it looks like some leaves.
Yeah, I think for
stems.
the little blue.
So there are two colors
circles
of green that we're going to be using. We're going to do the lighter of the two.
Yep.
And that is
ES950, and we are now on color number 8. Just if you are following along with the quilting designs in there. So we skipped 6 and 7. Okay, it's all yours now.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I can even see what I'm doing. That's so crazy. stopped and got a new box last night. It's kind of staying where it's supposed to. Crazy being able to see. All right, so this is just a couple of lines that should go super, super quick.
Yes.
That guy.
Yep, and then we'll do our dark green.
Guessing that order, but we'll see. I got at least these two.
This one is like we said, really, really quick. It's just one more little stem down.
Yep.
And then we're gonna change to Floriani color PF238,
Which I think is the same color we've been using.
Yep.
Because I didn't see another shade in the box that was that. It's a darker version of this. It's kind of got that olivey color to it versus grassy green, which we have not really been doing grassy green. So I steered away from that. Not that it really matters. All of your colors don't have to coordinate from one block to the next. So,
do not.
But that is literally all there is to
that
color. And so here we go with the darker green. That's a lot of thread.
Okay. And this one is going to take a little bit of time on our stitch count here. The number, it says about 8 minutes. So probably anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes, depending
on the speed of your machine.
Maybe 15 minutes or so.
And the cuts and the jumps and the whatevers.
Yep.
So this is, like I said, going to be dark.
Yep.
So the bulk of it is the darker green. It's going to take a few, so we will see you in a few. All right.
So we are done with the stems. Aren't they cute?
They look really great.
Yeah.
That is such a nice color.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there is a shade of exquisite that is this color or very, very
Similar.
close. We just didn't have it over here, which is why I've got the Floriani.
So we are going to put in like this blue-gray color. This is ES379. This is going to be for the little flowers.
Our blue circles.
Yes.
Because we can't say something else.
Yes, blue bells instead.
I think that, isn't that, we looked this up.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bluebell. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
It was something like, oh, for crying out loud. Oh.
Oh, good job.
Hey, talent right there. That was talent.
It was.
Couldn't have done that if I freaking tried. There we go. I pulled off like 12 yards of thread. Okay. Okay, so these are going to just be a whole bunch of little blue circles, and we'll be back in a few. Well, or we can watch it if you really want. I don't really care, but either way, these are little blue circles.
These are little blue circles. Yeah,
Kind of purpley blue.
Yeah, yeah, and there's two sets.
It's going to be here and here.
Yep.
Doing next?
Let's see. Oh,
what are we
are
doing
going to do
next?
the flower. So placement line for the
pretty big. I think it's a daisy,
or
sunflower,
daisy?
something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a yellow
I'm
flower.
not I love flowers, but I couldn't tell you what one from another one is.
So this is an applique. So we're going to put in our color ES612. So you have some yellow fabric that is going to be the applique part. So this is going to be the placement line.
It's just a couple shades lighter than, thank you, the yellow fabric. So the stitches should show up really pretty against it and give it a little bit of contrast.
That's our plan.
That's what we were thinking when we were choosing out of like 4 different yellows. We were like, oh, we like the way this one looks. But you can, of course, go lighter or darker as your preferences.
Yeah.
The 612, I don't think is from our
Original
kit.
Yeah.
It might have been an add-on somewhere, but I think we used it in a previous month because it's over here with all of our stuff here.
Agree.
So it's a beautiful color either way. And on my very, very long list of things to do is to update that. So there's like one list of all of like, and then maybe have a star next to the originals, and then anything else would be add-ons.
Right.
But have that list and make sure. So, and I'm also working on the new Enchanted Winter. So maybe I can get some colors for that and get that updated as
because
well.
those are some of the new
it's the newer fabric. So there may be some new shades that we need to add.
Yep.
We don't have kits or anything cut for that, but we do have what's going to be in it. So we will start working on that. So we just have our little piece of applique yellow here. Just gonna peek around the back. Sometimes it's easy to think you got everything.
Now, if you did like a contrasting color for your background quilting, you might see that through this fabric because it's a solid. So this might be one of those fabrics you choose to put
A fusible or of some sort on there, just as a color block.
If we look really close, we can see a little
see.
bit of the shadowing on there, but I don't think it bothers me enough. It's not enough to make me
No,
add one more layer.
and
with all
there's
of these.
going to be it looks more like candle wicking around the outside of the flower, plus little stem lines, plus a really large center. So it's not going to actually be that much fabric showing. So I think it'll be absolutely fine. But you certainly can add more. I will warn you that in those little petals, if you have a fusible on the back, it can make your appliques a little harder to cut.
Yeah, you'll really want a sharp pair.
Nice sharp pair, maybe even like a micro tip or something like that to get in there if you have an extra layer.
Yep.
So not saying not to do it, just be prepared for trimming.
Yep.
You know what this would have been really great with? HTV, where you could just rip it.
I know.
Why do I have to trim all these petals? Yeah, I think by the time we have all of that stitching on there, you're barely going to see anything.
Yep.
But it's a nice central flower for the design. It's going to look really sharp.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we are at on blocks. We took down our little cheat thing, so I don't know what's left. Is it just borders and finishing, or where? I don't.
One more
block.
It looks like there might be one more block kit in our thing.
Okay.
Maybe a November block kit, and then
December's finishing.
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna trim.
Yeah, she says we.
I know.
I love
I'm
it.
gonna change the camera for her. That's the we part.
That's the we part. Could you put that on the hook behind you?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Need to be able to spin
And
this.
you know, one thing we didn't mention when we were doing the beginning of this, you could definitely have duplicated those so that you did the freestanding lace for both blocks, because there's technically two of these. Don't know why it didn't occur to me to say that earlier, but definitely don't hoop twice. Just put two of them in there. There's plenty of room, even in a 4x4 hoop, for that. Better late than never.
Yeah, maybe
right?
turn one upside down or something and rotate it around.
Yeah.
But you should be able to do that for sure. Two of these, maybe not so much, but.
Yeah, that would be tough. Maybe in your really big hoop.
Yeah, turn them both on the side and.
Yeah, you could do that in like your 10.5 by 16.
Maybe. Yeah, that should work. Doing math in my head. Good thing I had a little bit of caffeine.
Yeah. You probably could even do it in the 9.5 by 14 because it's 8.5 by 6.5. So you could do two turned sideways.
Yep. The only glitchy part about that would be lining up your pieces, because it's not as easy to copy the whole things.
Yeah.
But because it's literally right at the bottom, it should be pretty easy.
I wonder what if you put one in and then saved it? And
maybe
then duplicate it. Would it come in as a whole design then?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it still comes in separate because that's how it was saved. But I think you can group it and then copy it.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
There's the grouping feature on those big hooped machines. I think depending upon where you're at, it's got the red square. You either have some tools at the bottom of your screen or they're in your edit menu, depending upon your machine. So I think you could group them, make them one thing, and then copy. I think the copy would come back, or the duplicate feature would come back onto the screen when they've been grouped. So I think I got in there pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good.
And I don't know if you were following, but I just kept turning. And that definitely helps. So that you're staying at the right angle. When you're trying to move your arm around into funky positions, you tend to not cut as well.
True.
So you can see a little bit of show through, but I think by the time we get that decorative stitch and then the little
Accent.
center detail pieces,
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to see much at all.
I
So
agree.
I personally would not put anything on the back because that would just make those really hard to cut. So,
Yeah.
all right, this is going to be just the outline.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm guessing the next one is, which we could use a different color, but it doesn't show that. It shows the same.
Yeah, I think we'll just keep the same color in. I think it looks nice, and it's a little bit lighter, so we'll see it.
They did put it in there that
You could change it if you wanted to. Yeah. Candle wicking stitches take a couple minutes, so we'll fast forward that for you.
All right, be back.
Okay.
That turned out super cute. I love the color. It's just a hair, like that looks, in my
It looks
opinion,
really
that looks
good.
really, really nice. So we're just gonna have, it's not really stamen type thing. It's just accent.
Yep.
It's gonna do a little starburst kind of thing there. This isn't very long. We're gonna use the same color. They have separated this out
So you could change.
so that you can change if you wanted that to be a hair darker or whatever. They don't show two different yellows in the color chart. So their original plan anyways was for them to be the same, but they did separate it so you could make that choice if you want.
They're smaller than I thought they were going to be.
I know. But then again, the center is going to be large.
Yep.
That's going to be a stitch right there.
Yes, it is.
All right, so this should take just a couple minutes, but with all the starts and stops, that'll add to it. It's not a ton of stitch time, but by the time the starts and stops are in there. So we'll be back as soon as it's finished.
All right. We are finished with the detail in the flower, and now we have the placement lines for our freestanding lace flowers. So we are going to change to color ES117. That's that same dark gray that we used when we were making the flowers for that teeny tiny second.
I do think the 116 is in our kit,
Mhm.
which would also work wonderfully for this.
Yeah.
This one was sitting out, so that's the one I grabbed, but I can get that.
I was like, I can't. I missed.
I was just trying to.
I was trying to be helpful.
It's
Didn't
all
help.
good. You gotta go really far back and
Up. Yeah.
and then it works.
Yes. It's easier when you're sitting in front of it.
Absolutely. The stretch out definitely makes that more difficult. So these are just going to be little,
Like
I'm gonna
the same sort of weird little square they did.
make that tail just a hair shorter. Maybe it won't. Maybe that made it worse. Who knows? But this is just going to be little doodads that we match up with the previous little doodads.
Yep.
And I did bring our tape dispenser over, so we are definitely, so they're more square, I
Yeah.
think, than,
I think so that you can get them going in the, but
In
I don't know why it would matter. But so you have them pointing in the right direction, right?
Oh,
So like the
yeah.
square part to the,
mm-hmm. Well, then they should give you a really zoomed in image of that.
I know.
Because I got to tell you, that little picture is not helping me with what petals go in what direction.
I agree. Okay, you want to take it over to the other camera? The tape?
Maybe. I was just trying to prep
Prepare?
pre-prep the tape. Because it looks like they want you to, which I don't blame them, use 2 pieces for each one, but I'm not sure that mine's not too big. It's going to get in the way of the neighboring neighboring guys. So we have so we have 3 leaves here. Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And this bottom one here on the left-hand side is going to be the larger one. And then the 2 smaller ones are going to go there. So we're going to just place our squares trying to go in the same sort of direction as the squares on here. And then we're going to use my prepped tape, not pull off even more. And tape the tops and the bottom and try to stay out of the center so that you are not going to have to, you could rip the tape, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Would it be easier if you didn't have
But
to?
it's definitely easier if you don't have to. Get a little bit smaller piece over here. Smaller piece for the bigger flower because that makes so much sense. Okay, I'm going to go side to side on this one so that I don't get in the way of that upper flower there. Okay. Smaller pieces are easier. Don't make your pieces of tape too big because then you can't get them out of the way. Make sure that you're not taping over the center of this flower because that will also be stitched. Looks like I'm pretty good there. All right. So we have tape on the outside pieces to hold down those in place and then they'll stitch. I will probably still, maybe with my scissors or something, help out a little bit once we get over there. Not sure which one it's going to start with.
I think
Looks like the one on the right.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Watch it move.
What?
So watch it move when
I
we
know,
start.
right?
Like the needle will go down and then it'll go to the opposite side.
All right, so hopefully my tape is out of the way. I know that the final pieces are a little larger than the squares that are there, but hopefully it's going to at least line up. We could turn our projector on, except that we're in the middle of design and won't let us turn our projector on.
Right.
So we're going to just, fingers crossed, and we're going to rock and roll. So it looks like it's going to do the bottom first,
Yep.
or at least this one. And that looks pretty close.
Yeah.
An interesting shape.
Yeah.
I don't usually think of the center of flowers being square.
Square.
But it looks good.
Yeah.
Oh yes, please go around the outside. All right, one down. That one worked. Where are we going next? This guy here. So the center of your flower was slightly smaller than the square that was being stitched for the background. So my goal was to try to get it in the middle of the lower square. That was how I worked that, and that's why I was lifting both sides. Like, okay, am I centered in there? So far that's working. I think we're good. So it's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
All right. I like lace.
It's so pretty.
It just adds
3D
something.
embellishment part of it is fun.
I will say that the bee wings, not my favorite. This would have also been pretty to put Mylar in there.
Yeah.
But there was no stop stitch to
Right.
tear it back out, but it would have been a very pretty little bit. I don't really think this is going to be in the way, but just in case, we're going to move that one out of the way. I don't want my foot to catch it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
Yeah, they move in
they move in ways that we aren't prepared for, and that tape does definitely grab hold of some stuff every now and then. So,
and this is the last part of this design. So once this is finished, if you're only doing one at a time, you'll need to basically repeat this whole process.
Yep.
And because you do need two, and you should have two in your kit as
yes.
well. Enough fabric for two.
If you followed along with our setup that we talked about, here's my October bag, and I have one background and one yellow applique piece left over. So hopefully you do too.
Yes, yeah. But this is a really cute design. It's coming out pretty well. And if you missed the Kimberbell Day announcement, they did say that
next year's is going to be similar.
Yes.
It will be mystery, but it will have a I think it's a Christmas
winter
theme to it. So it won't be flowers.
Yeah. It'll be a little different.
No idea what. I mean, because that encompasses quite a large options for sure.
Yeah.
But definitely going to be. This has been fun.
Yeah.
Having the little bit of surprise to every piece for sure. I've enjoyed that. So. We are almost there. It's doing a nice crisp edge. I do like that.
Yep.
It's got a nice texture to the center of that, which is always fun. It's a little
Yep.
hexagon-y look in there.
All right, we are finished. I'm gonna put that up on the other camera and we can
That.
show how cute it is.
Oh, I zoomed in. I forgot. I was like, whoa. All right. So we have a very beautiful piece here. I'm just going to pop these off. And you've got a 3D flower effect there. You can curl up your bits if you would like. And I'm just going to get the rest of that off. Getting my nails done tonight because holy cow, are these too long? All right. Give it a little bit of oomph there. So I'm going to let you see those.
Cute.
And there is the center. You can see the little texture
Yep.
in the center of that one. Very,
Fun.
very darling. This would look really cute like on a towel or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you could put ribbon over the bottom of the stems to give it just a finished edge.
Yeah,
I think that would look really
cute.
sharp.
Yeah.
Or even a tote bag or something like that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, so
So-
cute.
Not only to be used here, you of course wouldn't want all of the quilting parts necessarily, but
Sure.
the design itself, you can use those anywhere you would like.
Yeah, it'd be cute framed too if you
It
wanted to
would.
like put some flower prints
Mhm.
up. Really fun.
You could do that with any of these blocks, you know, your favorites.
Yeah.
Print them, just take the glass out of the frame.
Yep.
Especially when they have the 3D stuff on
Yeah,
them and
so
have
cute.
some fun. How
Yep.
how cute. For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. Well, thanks
All
for
right,
joining
we
us.
will see you next time. Hope you had fun like we did.
Yeah.
And we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.